Hi, my name is Chris South, and this is the $5 Million Project. The reason for this video series, the reason for this idea, is a personal journey that I've been on. Because for those of you that know me, you'll know that I'm absolutely obsessed by business and entrepreneurship and all those types of things. I've read lots and lots of books about how to be successful by really, really famous people. And every time I've read one of these books or listened to audiobooks, I've always walked away with sort of a slight frustration, and it's no fault of the authors of the books. They've all been incredibly successful. It's more the way the content's been presented. It's all after the event. So these people have been successful, and then they're looking back, and they're going back over the last sort of 10, 20, 30 years, and trying to summarize everything into 400 or 500 pages of a book. The challenge here is they may remember everything that's happened, but they've got to cram it into a really small space. Or more likely, they forget all the small things that have happened, and they just remember the big milestones, whether they're positive or whether they're negative. So you get all these milestones sort of compacted together into a book. But then if you're trying to create your own business and you're trying to look for ideas and sort of the specifics around how to do real, what seem like minor things, that information isn't readily available. The difference with what we're doing in the $5 Million Project is that we're just starting a business. Now, we're not at complete infancy. We're about 9 months in. So we know what the business is, we know what the idea is, we've got pretty good confidence that it's going to be successful. However, we are only 9 months in, and this journey is going to be multiple years. So we're at a perfect point to bring you in on the journey and show you all the decisions that have to be made as we go through to that point of $5 million. And just to be clear on the $5 million side of things, it's not that we want to sell the company for $5 million. It's me personally, it's a personal goal. So I want to walk away with $5 million, whether that's that we sell the company or we keep the company and it's generating that much in revenue for me. I'm not fixated on that. That's just my own personal goal, my own personal target. So I guess there's a couple of things here that are fairly important, and that's that, as I say, the company has been established, but also we know the industry. So the product we've created is for a specific industry. I've worked in that industry for a long time now, or I've supplied into the industry as a vendor. And so I have really good familiarity. I understand what it takes to be successful in that sector. I understand the pain points that our clients have, and I can really visualize how our product's going to fit into that gap. Our product itself is a SaaS product, so software as a service. So it's a fairly common model, it's nothing new. What it basically means is you spend a lot of time, effort and money putting together the product at the very beginning. And then once it's ready, you start selling it to people on a subscription basis. So you might charge them on a weekly, monthly, annual basis. And that becomes long-term, reoccurring revenue without having to do too much sort of continued investment in the product. Obviously, you've got to continue maintaining it and developing it, but your revenue streams quickly pay off all the money you've invested at the beginning. The challenge with this is that you need the time, effort and money to put up front. It's also a big risk, because if you build this and it's not what people need, then you're going to get to that point of trying to sell the subscription and no one wants it and you've wasted all that money. So you've got to be really, really sure about your idea. And as I mentioned, I am very sure that we know that what we're doing is correct because of the industry exposure, but also because what we're building is marketing automation. And I come from the marketing sector, so I understand how this fits and the problems it solves. A few other reasons that we've got confidence that we're going to be successful, and so that's that we're funded, we've secured money, we've got what I feel are the right people involved in the mix, and we've got a development team sorted. We've also really scoped the product so we know the sort of where it starts and where it finishes. If we were still at infancy level, so we were just starting out, I think I'd be less confident about doing a video series, because we'd be taking you on a learning journey, but there's a risk, a very high risk that it's not going to be successful, because we might not be able to get funding, we might not be able to find the people, get the development team, have the right product, all of those things. As we've got those, we're in a really fortunate position that we're very, very confident we're going to be successful, but we're not far enough in that we've done all the hard work. There's still lots and lots of things that we're going to show you as we go through this. And my plan is, over the next few episodes, I'm going to look backwards. So basically go back 9 months, talk about where the idea came from, how it sort of fostered, and the discussions I was having with people that sort of made me decide, we're going to get out there and we're going to create this. And then we're going to talk through sort of how we refine what the product was, some of the mistakes that I made sort of through those first few months. We're going to look at setting up the company, the brand, the company name, finding a software development team, the problems involved with how to actually communicate with a software development team. All of that brings us to now. And then from here on in, I'm going to be doing episodes every week, every couple of weeks, basically whenever there's something happening that's worth talking about, where I will walk you through specifics. Okay, well, here's our go-to-market plan, and this is what it was originally, and this is why we've tweaked it and how we've tweaked it due to a change that's happened either externally or internally. And that will be happening for the foreseeable future, all the way through to a point where I'm confident that I'm able to walk away with that $5 million. And at that point, we will finish the video series, and hopefully you'll be significantly wiser by learning from our mistakes and obviously our successes. So really looking forward to having you with us on this journey. I know that it's not all going to be plain sailing. There's definitely going to be some hiccups and issues that we've got to overcome, but for me personally, that's all part of the fun of it.